Rallying allies for new China sanctions. The US is coordinating with its close allies to impose new sanctions on China should it decide to support the Russian campaign in Ukraine, according to Reuters. Beijing has rejected claims that it intends to offer military aid to Moscow and recently unveiled a plan seeking a peaceful settlement to the conflict. Washington is in consultations with foreign partners, namely those from the G7 nations, regarding new economic penalties, several unnamed US officials told the outlet. They declined to provide details about the potential sanctions, only confirming that discussions are laying the groundwork for potential action. The report follows repeated warnings toward China from the US and other Western nations, which claim Beijing intends to supply weapons to Russian forces for the campaign against Ukraine. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg echoed the charges during a recent interview with the Associated Press, saying, "We have seen some signs that they may be planning for that," but without offering evidence. US Secretary of State Antony Blinken declared that Washington would not hesitate to target Chinese firms with sanctions in the event that Beijing supplies lethal aid to Moscow, saying the move would carry implications and consequences. Blinken added that he raised the issue with top Chinese diplomat Wang Yi when they met at the Munich Security Conference last month. China has dismissed the charges as groundless speculation, arguing that it does not intend to provide weapons to Russian troops, while accusing Washington of hypocrisy. The US has no right to dictate China-Russia relations, and we will never accept coercion and pressure from the US, Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning said. She went on to observe that it is Washington, not Beijing, that has been pouring lethal weapons into the battlefield in Ukraine. While Western nations have long pressured China to sever ties with Russia, accusations towards Beijing have only grown louder since it unveiled a 12-point roadmap for a diplomatic settlement for the conflict in Ukraine last month. Moscow has signaled willingness to carefully analyze the details of the proposal, though US officials quickly rejected the plan, claiming Beijing has adopted Russia's false narrative about the war and is not serious about